The Bengal tiger, which is also known by its scientific name, Panther tigris tigris, is a beautiful, deadly creature built for killing. It has sharp claws and very large teeth made for tearing its meals apart. Other than humans, there are no natural enemies to them, so they pretty much have their pick of whatever they want to eat out there. Has anyone here ever been to the zoo and seen one? Isn't it an amazing feeling to be that close to something that large and majestic, yet deadly at the same time? My name is Steffany Russell. I've always been really fond of cats. My mom and I have 4 cats at home right now. We've had a lot more in the past. I particularly enjoy the large cats just because they're pretty uncommon. You don't see them very often unless you are at the zoo. I've always wanted to touch one. I know that there are opportunities people get to do that. I'm scared myself just because I know that that's even dangerous, even with, a trainer there watching you with it. There's a big chance you take being around anything that large. So today I'm just going to give a general overview about the animal, how they live and hunt, and their current status in the world today. There's a lot of different species of tigers out there. The Bengal tiger particularly does need to be out in the wild to live. They have a much shorter lifespan whenever they're in a zoo than they do out in wild. There's very few places in the wild we can find them, which is unfortunate because that's how they should live. The World Wildlife Foundation website states that Bengal tigers are mostly in India, yet there's a small amount found in Bangladesh, Nepal, and China as well. The cats are known for being able to adapt pretty well to their habitats. They're all over the place, forests, jungles, grasslands, and of course all over the world in zoos. National Geographic's research shows that Bengal tigers can weigh anywhere from 240 to 500 pounds, pretty big. As far as their length, they can stand up as tall as 5 to 6 feet in length, and then their tail would be an additional 2 to 3 feet depending on the size of the tiger. Their lifespan varies on where they live, as I was saying earlier. In conservation, when they're in a sanctuary, they have the ability to live up to 26 years, whereas in the wild, they could live up to 15, and in zoos, typically only 10 to 12 years. So it's a pretty big difference. Have you guys ever seen a house cat stalking a bug or a mouse? It's interesting to think that they're related and that they pounce and stalk just like a big cat would. I always thought that was particularly interesting with our cats to watch. As I mentioned earlier, they are really good killers. It's definitely in their arsenal to be able to take down whatever they need to. I gave an overview earlier of the animal. I just want to give you a little bit of information on how they kill and what they kill, and then just throw in some fun facts. Defenders.org goes into some details about how they kill. They say that the Bengal tiger will pounce on its prey, knock it down with its weight, and then it'll go for its jugular, throat, neck area, make sure that it kills it right away. They also are really good swimmers, and they do actually get a lot of their meals while they're in the water as well. To segue into what they eat, Defenders.org says their diet mainly consists of deer, antelope, water buffalo, pigs. They also are known to kill dogs, leopards, pythons, hares, and monkeys. Some of the older or injured tigers will go after humans as well as cattle, if that's around. Just to throw in some interesting facts, National Geographic's website says that you can hear a tiger's roar from over 2 miles away, which is pretty loud. And then Big Cat Rescue says that they can consume anywhere from 35 to 90 pounds of meat in one sitting, quite a bit. They do that because even though they are good hunters, their success rate on their kills isn't very high, so it could be quite a few days before they get to eat again. One interesting fact I found is that in North America, there are no purebred Bengal tigers because of them trying to breed them to get the white tigers. They hybridize them so much and inbred them so much that we don't have any here. And actually white tigers are a bad thing because it takes 2 recessive genes to create one, and so they usually come out deformed and don't live for very long. So that's some information about how they hunt and what they eat. I'm just going to tell you a little bit about their status today in our world. According to the World Wildlife Foundation, there's only about 2,500 left in the wild right now. If we compare that to the amount of humans, there's a tremendous difference. Right now, Census.gov has humans at 7,120,424,951 people on Earth, compared to that 2,500 left in tigers. Their number continues to go down while ours is going. Big Cat Rescue states that there are over 5,000 to possibly 10,000 tigers in the U.S. right now in cages. Most of them are in miserable zoos, circuses, in breeder facilities especially, and then in homes where they're not being taken care of properly. Sadly, we know they're not doing well in these conditions, so they don't get reintroduced later onto the wild. Why are they endangered? There are poachers that are coming for their fur, of course. Their habitats, of course, are being destroyed. Jungles are being taken down everywhere. The one thing I thought was interesting is National Geographic says that in China particularly, they're killed quite a bit more for their body parts because they use them for traditional Chinese medicine. All parts of the tiger get used, but it still affects their population, of course. With these animals, there's a lot of things you can do to help if you decide to. All the places I mentioned, the websites, World Wildlife Foundation, Defenders.org, and Big Cat Rescue, they all take donations, small, whatever people want to pitch in on that. But today I just shared some basic information about their lives, a little bit of an overview about how they hunt, some interesting facts. It was basically just to give you some knowledge about it, decide if you choose to help or not, that's up to you, but at least you know a little bit more about tigers. And in closing, I ask, if we don't help them, who will?
Yeah, we get more.